Hi, we're at the International Quilt Festival. We're on the show floor, and we are at the SAQA booth. We are here talking with the executive director of SAQA,
Yes.
Martha Sielman. Tell us about this exhibition that we've got here.
So, Studio Art Quilt Associates, or SAQA, puts on about 6 new exhibitions every year. This is one of them. This is all red quilts. So, they have all different meanings because red is important to people in different ways. So, there are 40 pieces in this exhibition, and this is one that I find particularly fascinating because it's by Xin Lin, who lives in Taiwan. And she's talking about how red is very culturally important in her society. And for her, because she's been a member for many years, this is a real breakout piece. It is still florals, which she loves. She's very concerned about the environment, but it's got embellishments. It's got wonderful yarns and beads, and then her signature hand quilting. The whole thing is made by hand.
Oh my gosh. And then she's also even got sequins in there.
Yes.
And she's known for lots and lots of hand stitch work in her work. So there's elements of that you see. Some of them are more obvious, like you see in the white, but then there's obviously more quilting that you see in the background.
Yes, and I love how the white creates this sense of breeze going through the flowers. It's just a beautiful piece.
Yes. All right, well, let's look at another piece that's in the exhibition. Martha, tell me about this piece that's by Heather Prager.
Well, this piece I just love because that contrast of the diagonal lines and the black versus the red hues just is a perfect expression of the power of fire. And that's what this is all about. Is fire is throughout our society. We have campfires, we have forest fires.
I have a gas-fired stove. I cook with fire.
There you go. And you can't get more drama than Heather has in this piece. And I love how many different kinds of red she's managed to combine here. It's just...
And they're all solid. It's all solid fabrics.
Yes, with red thread quilting, which ties it all together and makes it coherent and powerful.
Yeah, it's really, really fabulous. And it's stunning to see when you turn the corner.
Yes.
So it's been a really great. And I heard you just sold it.
Not this one. Not yet.
Not yet, but people are looking. So that's one of the other things that happens here at Quilt Festival is that oftentimes a lot of the quilts are available for purchase.
Yes.
So bring your pocketbook money because there might be something that you could take home with you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Let's go look at another one.
All right. Okay.
Well, we are here. It is November. It is the season of change, and this exemplifies for me what autumn is about.
Yeah.
Even though I live in Texas and we don't have this sort of glorious color where I am, but Autumn Song is such a beautiful example.
It absolutely is, and because I live in Connecticut, for me, this is what I see out my window, is those reds, those golden yellows, those oranges. And earlier we had a whole host of school children come to see the quilts. And I asked them, what does red signify to you? And they said love, they said fire. And for those of them who know about changing seasons, it's the color of the leaves. And something that I love about this quilt is how Linda has designed a special quilting design for each segment that's going on.
It is absolutely phenomenal. It's not just 2 or 3 designs. It's multiples of designs for each various element in here. And it almost looks to me, because I love spending lots of time walking in the woods, what you'd see on the ground as you're walking through the woods during that time of year.
Yeah.
And by the way, this does have a red dot, which is what actually indicates that the quilt has already been sold. So unfortunately, you're going to have to try to buy one of the other ones in this exhibition.
That's right.
Yes. Let's go check out another one that we found.
Okay.
Well, this is a fun one.
Yes.
Because this is a quilt by Carol Breyer Fowler Gentry. And I love that she photographed this individual taking a little afternoon nap in his truck when they were on a vacation in Cuba.
Yeah, and what I really love is that it's so detailed that you can see the tread on the bottom of his shoes and how she has then photoshopped in this wonderful gait and how its design and the shoe design play off of each other.
And
Plus, it's funny.
Well, I'm just also wondering, does he work at this place that looks really elegant and fabulous? Or did he just park his car there because it was a shady spot for his we don't know the whole story.
That's right.
We have to make up the story.
We can invent the story, and I think the best art really leaves part of the story to the viewer to finish.
Right. And it's lovely. And we've had Carol on the show before, so if you haven't already seen her work, I highly recommend that you go over to her website or you watch our show with her. She does absolutely phenomenal work. So,
And it always tells great stories.
yeah. So we've got one last thing that we want to share with you. If your pocketbook doesn't allow, or maybe the pieces have already sold, we want to show you some pieces that are available that are made by members of SAQA that are their art quilts for their auction. So they're smaller works that might fit in your budget and in the size wall space that you have in your house. Now we're over in the benefit auction area of the SAQA exhibition. And Martha, tell us about the benefit auction quilts. This is just a smattering of the quilts that were offered this year in 2023.
That's right. Each year we get around 400 12-inch square quilts, each made by a different member to support the organization. And we auction them off on our website, SAQA.com. And these are some of those pieces that members have made to help support the organization they love. Any member can make them, it's not juried, and there's an incredible variety of styles and techniques that are showcased through the auction.
And so what's the criteria for making one? They look like they have to at least be a certain size.
They do, they need to be 12 inches square.
Okay.
And then beyond that, anything goes, because SAQA is all about supporting creativity in fabric and thread.
Wonderful. And we noticed that this one over your right shoulder actually spells out the word SAQA.
Yes, it does.
Her applique.
That's right. So there's an S, A, Q, and A, which I think is just really fun.
And my understanding is that there's pretty hot bidding that goes on, that you only
Absolutely.
release a certain number of quilts each period. So you have a group A, group B, group C.
Yes.
And so...
And we usually sell about 92% of the donations. This year we probably will raise $77,000 to support the exhibitions program. So it's a lot of fun for everybody.
Yeah, and it's always fun to bring home a quilt. So
yes,
this might be something that also would appeal to you all. And they're wonderful because they're very, very diverse.
They sure are.
And they don't take up a lot of wall space.
No, I have them all over my home.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for sharing what SAQA's doing about the exhibition and the quilts that we've been looking at.
My
We really
pleasure.
appreciate it. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you.